Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect Escapes. Today's beverage is a very carbonated yet nicely chilled grape soda. So welcome back to Prison Architect Escapes. This is a series where we attempt to break out facilities not made by me. This is Prisoner Wilson, prisoner number 9049168, and this is, I believe it's called the Mini High Sec Escape Challenge Prison. I'll put a link in the description as always. I just randomly found it on the Steam Workshop, and looking at the picture of that very briefly before loading it up, and also on the way in, this is going to be probably one of the most challenging prisons we've attempted, at least in quite some time. We've been a bit pedestrian as of late, just checking out more of quirky ones, but I thought we'd get back and try a quite challenging one. It does indeed to be quite challenging, at least seems to be anyway, because we've got lots of perimeter walls, staff-only areas, door servos. I saw a sniper tower coming on the way in. I'm seeing also, let's say, huge levels of padding when it comes to the staff-only areas. We've got water over on the left, and good grief, this is going to be a bit of a challenging one. Anyway, let's see what we can do. Looks like we've got a guard coming down here with purpose, but not to get us. They've got prisoner heft here. I'm seeing some low-risk inmates. Obviously, we're medium. It's probably right to assume that there's going to be high-risk inmates as well. I'm seeing, oh, interesting. So we got the main reception here, and that is accessible via two of the standard sort of cell doors. However, on the left, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of what appears to be a remote access door. So the door itself can only be opened and actuated with the door servos. There's no traditional method of going through that, so you can't nick a set of keys and just run through it. So yeah, that's a thing. Security area, we got a kennel. I'm seeing armed guards and a sniper in the middle. This is all staff only, and oh, good grief, there's also 1, 2, 3, 4 extra layers of so that's 10 doors from the main cell block, which is in the middle. Again, that adds in security because we can't easily escape out via tunneling. Yeah, we've got 10 doors to go out the front, and 8 of those are remote access. So if we were to do just a bit of a sort of blitz out, run out attempt, I don't think it would go overly well because, well, the doors have to be opened. Okay. It's currently, well, it was yard time, but for some reason the yard in the middle is set to staff only, or at least set to be accessible by not our category of inmate, which is curious. And I am seeing a couple of things here. So we've got a laundry, so we can get access to a rope, which means we can dig. But digging from the middle here, is that even going to be possible? I mean, yes, obviously it is possible. Is it probable? Almost certainly not, because, well, if I was making this design, I'd have a doggo patrol circling this entire thing. I'm seeing more staff-only areas, and oh, that's actually a very cool and interesting design. So this is a little security room, where we can see they've got door servos and CCTV, but they've put a barred wall. The designers put a barred wall here, so you can see through that. So you can either do barred wall, or you can do some like glass or anything, but yeah, that's fine. We've got in a visitation here, which means we do have access to a lighter, so we can potentially set things on fire. In fact, if we were to set things on fire here, it's actually not that... oh, no, actually, I was going to say it's not that... secure, but it's actually very secure because it's not going to burn through this perimeter wall. There's a sniper tower here, and even if we can get access to this storage, see if this wall goes down and this wall goes down, we still can't get over here, and I can't hop on the walls because there's no fencing about. I don't even know if escape modes are on. I assume because of it's been the challenge thing that it is, I'm going to assume that it is on. Perhaps wrongly. Anyway, we've got a XP point pinata room here. We've got reputation hangers where we can break all these ones. We are going to have to get some traits. Now, there you go there. That's interesting. So we've learned something, that this is one of the quirks of these very automated facilities. It's either by design or by, I guess, sort of happenstance, I guess, that if you've got a lot of door servos, you don't necessarily need a lot of staff, because one staff member can, operate all manner of doors. So you saw I was able to start a fight there and then end the fight but not surrender, which tells me that I was very lucky in that there was not a lot of guards about. Or what I think has happened is that there's just generally not a lot of staff in here. In fact, people are still being brought in from the original intake. Okay, this guard's coming along to searches, by the way, because we triggered the door servos by Sorry, they triggered the metal detectors by accident, so they wanted to search us there. I mean, if we were just trying to get out from the front here, is it possible? And oh, okay. I surrendered immediately there for one very obvious reason. Perhaps not obvious. That guy was about to shoot. Free fire's turned on. I think free fire is turned on, so I'm not going to be able to run out the front. Oh, right, this changes everything. Genuinely, I think the only way... We can't run out the front. There's loads of snipers. Fire's not going to work. I mean, I could take the lighter and then bring it down this way. If I was to set fire to, say, this room, we could then get access to the morgue, then get access to the... Is that delivery? Oh, we can probably pick up a gun if we really wanted to, because that guy, he's doing guard taser certification. All right. Well, I genuinely think the only way out is via tunneling. At least that feels to be the best method possible. I'm going to go to sleep, and we're going to start picking up some traits. I'm going to go with quick, and I am going to say that yes, tunneling is the way is the method I'm going to try and utilize to get out. I don't think I'm not hopeful. I'm not confident in this actually working. But there you go. Ah, surrender. Darn it. I was just about to say I could end the fight here, but it was surrender. I'm going to pick up swimming because I'm going to need very levels of swimming. I'm going to need, yeah. If we were to tunnel and go underneath this, it's water. So I'm going to have to get that. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is start farming some points. So we're in the gymnasium. This is going to prove to be actually a very useful room because we've got a gymnasium and they got to end the fight. So I think this is... I'm not going to use the word understaffed. That would be implying that there's a problem in it. But we are going to utilise the staffing levels to our advantage. So we can go to a fight and then we can, knock it on the head if we need to and not surrender. All right, so we've got a gymnasium, so we do have access to a rope, so we get one rope like that, and then I'm going to come out and around through the metal detector into the laundry, and then we'll pick up the other rope. So we now have two very, very easy accessible areas where we can get rope. And I'm going to go to start a tunnel, and I'm going to start digging. So I'm just going to dig up. One of the things I've been keeping an eye on is I've been trying to spot any canine units. And like say if it was me, I would put a couple of canine unit patrols on board on this one. I'd put one where we are now, which is going around past the centre, and then I would put one on the perimeter, or at least a couple on the perimeter. And so far, I've not seen a single doggo, which is encouraging. Like I say, it's not making me very hopeful that this is going to work, because I'm currently tunneling through a security room. I think it's a security room, but let's just see what we can do. So we do have levels of sprinting and we do have levels of swimming, and every time we do this and we exit there is a chance of us being detected, but because again of the staffing level I do think it's encouraging. So we were about here and that's fine. Let me just go down and grab another rope. Hopefully it has respawned. I'm seeing contraband there, but sadly not in... Yeah, I don't think it's respawned. It's, to be fair, we've only just started to dig. Is that cobwebs on that bit there? And you notice I picked up that contraband and I brought in... I picked up the contraband and dropped it, and then someone came in and nicked it. That's actually quite useful to us, because if they're getting detected and searched, again, it's just adding on to that jobs list for the AI, and it means they're not really, let's say, looking at what we're doing. Not necessarily, anyway. Anyway, we're going to pick up the other rope, and we're going to get back to tunneling. This is very low levels of inmates, actually, isn't it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 19. I don't think there's even 20 inmates in this facility. How curious. Okay, well, we're going to get back to tunneling, and we will sprint up. The reason I've picked up very swimming, I call it very swimming, you've got 2 levels, you've got, I've got quick and swimmer, but the reason we've done that is eventually, after we go through... what's going to be what? It's going to be another wall. This is going to be into visitation, I believe. We got visitation, then we got a wall, then we have a couple of layers of water. After water, it goes... Oh, no, this is the... Right, so yeah, this is a little walkway in. You've got water, then you've got an area which is, I believe, just for the... accessibility of the towers. So there's that little staff-only walkway, but you've certainly got lots of water to contend with, which is why I've picked up lots of swimming, because you can technically dig an underwater tunnel, but you do still have to swim, which means that you are basically hitting a perimeter wall, or the foundations of a perimeter wall, while underground and underwater. And I mean, that is, you know, that's an absolute nightmare. But we'll see anyway. We'll see. Like I say, I'm getting more encouraged the more we play this one, because we are, for some reason, it means that the spawn for the contraband is quite high. We're able to basically, even though it's not very far out from our cell, and we're very quickly able to basically do a little bit of tunneling, and it's not overly difficult. I know we've got some, we've got some flooring to dig through, so it is a bit taxing on this overly starched shirt. But we're able to do a bit of digging and then come back and then just get the contraband again. So it appears that the spawn rate is quite high. I don't know if it's changed or like a mutate or anything like that, but anyway, so this is going to be the last wall section before we get to water, and this is where things get a bit more difficult. So we are chipping through the underwater bit here, and what happens is you go in the water, you drop the tool, but you can then select it again, and then that's it. But you can see when I'm underwater, we are swimming, we're in a tunnel underwater, and we do still have, is that like a stamina, or is that like breath? I think it's like supposed to be stamina. And out the tunnel we go, and it's currently 6 p.m, so let's see what happens here. Back into the gymnasium, and yeah, contraband hasn't spawned. In fact, you can see we've got on the ground, this further indicates that there is a bit of a quirk when it comes to the staffing level. I've managed to pick up multiple bits of contraband and dump them on the ground, but nobody's come along to pick them up and bag them up, which means, again, indicating that this is, like say, quite low in terms of the staff levels, which is something we will exploit. And that was someone cleaning our... Were you cleaning our cell there? Hope you didn't see anything untoward. It's our neighbour, in fact. And it's currently shower, but whatever, let's just go here. And this is where, as I said, things probably get quite difficult, because we now have to go underwater. So we get a bit wet, and not only do we get wet, we also slow down. And we've got, obviously, tunneling to do. That's interesting. So that little bit there, this is the walkway that I mentioned about there being in the facility, where it's a walkway that I think gives us access to the sniper towers. I might load this one up after the escape attempt. This is probably only going to be a one and done, this one. If we fail the tunneling, I'd probably say, you know what, that's, no harm, no foul. We'll call it there. But we will, I think, load it up later on into the normal mode just to check it out. We're seeing the edge of the map now approaching the top, which is quite encouraging. And there is our rope completely done with, so we'll just have to get back here. Yeah, if I didn't have the max level of swimming, this would be pretty much impossible as well. I'm surprised we've got this far. It's very, very surprising. Again, I think it's like, say, that staffing level. It's currently eat time, but it's going to go very soon to sleep time. And I've just triggered the metal detector. So I'm going to, I'm just going to go back to the cell. Interesting. There is a dead inmate, and obviously the guards taking them away. Okay. Well, I need to be searched. Because if this is being put in the jobs list, the search, and it's later on. I think this guard's coming along to search it now. No, I'm just going straight past. Okay. Yeah, like if I'm searched later on, this is going to be a bit of a problem, because I might have stuff on my person that, that even though when I originally triggered the metal detector, well, it's going to be sleep time now. Okay, well, I'll go to sleep. Yeah, if I had stuff on my person at the time, it's going to be bad. I don't know. I really want this guard to come and search me, which is normally not something we actually say. And are they going to go that way? Am I hearing? No, there's definitely a taser I heard, but I don't know about. Don't know about any other guards. Okay, do I risk this then? Do I risk just cracking on and going? I might do, but if I see a guard coming towards me, then I'll have to drop things very quickly. Yeah, look at this. There's contraband still in here. It's not being picked up by any staff member. Okay. Well, we're going to try and get out again. And in here. And away we go. Keep my finger firmly away from right click. Because that's to tunnel up. So in the water. Twice. And now we're on a perimeter wall. So this will often take about 4 items to tunnel through. But there's 2 layers of this, which means this is just going to be a big job. And again, if there's going to be any doggo patrols, it would be on that footpath that we've tunneled under. But we'll see. Every square that we manage to get to is a bonus. In terms of other traits, obviously there's things like strong, tough, deadly, all of that. Those wouldn't really help us out because we are in sort of stealth mode. We've got our sneakers on for sneaking. So yes, back under here and out. Lots of guys at Supermax level. Back into the gym, and there's the rope. I say, very strange that we can able to get this level of contraband. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let me drop that. Sort of on a bit of autopilot there. I went in here and I'll pick up the rope, but for whatever reason I picked up the baton. So in here and rope. I think we'll need another 6 ropes in total. I think it's 6 in total. Because it's going to take another 4. Well, it's going to take probably the 2 we've got here, if not more, to get through this perimeter wall. Assume it's perimeter wall. I'm 99% sure it's perimeter wall. There would be no reason, other than a monetary thing, why it's not. But then again, I've just got through it with only 2 and a bit rope. Okay. Not too sure then. Alright. Well, we don't have to swim now, which is handy. And again, a doggo patrol could be on this pathway. Although, if you're leaving it at this point, it's actually a little bit late to be detecting. I mean, you know, any level of prevention is good, but you want to, say, be sort of doing prevention rather than fighting the fire at this point, metaphorically speaking. So, back underneath, and running back. This is where we have to be quiet, because of the bit we just went under there, that is the security room. And then we're out. It's currently lock-up. I can't actually recall a time when I've seen a guard in recent memory. I've just not seen them. Which I think we can move. I think it's fair to say it's now becoming, rather than a quirk of the design, it's becoming a security flaw. Potentially. This way I get detected like the last tile. Last tile out. Dearie me. Anyway, going underneath, we will start to hit the perimeter wall again. And let's see if we can make it with these 2. I think we'll need some more. I think we'll need another dig it. No, we won't. That's been a bit of Prison Architect Escapes. Okay, that's Prisoner Wilson. We got out. No victims. Score 36. 2 days, 3 hours and 18 minutes. So actually quite a number of in-game days. But it's not really surprising the amount of tunneling we've done. That's one of the longest tunnels we've done. It's not the longest, I don't think, but it is one of the longest. and it's strange that I was able to do it. Let's load this into the normal mode and see what the facility is like. So here we are on the design. I'm noticing that we've got things like weather and temperature. We've got a negative balance of nearly 1 million. It is a challenge map, so we can understand that. Free fire is turned on, which is what I thought it was, and we were positioned in this cell here, and we went underneath the line tiles, underneath the security room, underneath the access route to the security room, under visitation, out to the we've got the water, then a walkway, then more water, and yet that walkway does give us access to the sniper, and then through the perimeter wall and then out. That to me shouldn't have been possible. If we go to deployment and patrols, we do not have any patrols in the centre. I don't know whether that's intentional or is a case of... Yeah, well, no, there is patrols, look. We do have a patrol. There's a doggo patrol at the back. There's a doggo patrol at the bottom. But there's... And there is one at the top there, yeah. So I did say that we expected to see a patrol around here, but it's not being staffed. And that's because there's only 17 guards. I mean, there's only 19 inmates, to be fair. 17 guards, 3 available, 2 available. So you got 1 on break, 7 need a break, and 13 doing jobs. I mean, you can easily see why. 1, 2, 3 in this security room here. 4, 5, 6, 7 in this security room. You've got a lot of them, and obviously you've got patrols as well. There's 8 over here, so you've got lots of them on jobs. So this definitely, I think, would benefit from extra staff members. And how many dogs? 4 dog handlers, 3 on patrol, 1 on break. Yeah, I mean, immediately... my thoughts are just hire some more staff. I mean, it says there's positive daily cash flow, so yeah, like I say, challenge map, we're not going to knock it on that one. Unlimited funds are turned on anyway, because, like I say, it is a challenge map. But two of the things immediately that spring to mind: more staff, that would help out, and a doggo patrol in the middle. If that doggo patrol was in the middle, then escape from this is, I think, almost impossible. We've got the remote access doors, as I said, multiple levels of that. All of this is set to staff only. You've got a janitor assigned there. That's curious. You've got staff only. You've got the, like I say, security room and procedures, CCTV everywhere. You've got doggos in here, so even if you were able to, if basically all the stars aligned and all of these doors opened at once and you did make a blitz out attempt through the middle and the sniper didn't take you out and the guard didn't take you out, that's a McLean, the guard, as well, so we've got absolutely no chance. If we get to here, there's just going to be this dog, it's just going to charge out, and that's Doggy McDogface. Yeah. If we were to steal a lighter, we could maybe, if we was to steal a lighter, you couldn't escape from the top here because the perimeter wall doesn't burn. You could probably burn through here and into here, and then even if you got out into this area, the guard wouldn't have line of sight, so this is a foundation, but then you'd have to go all the way down. But you're basically just in this area. I mean, it doesn't go anywhere. You'd have to go down through this corridor, into here, through this staff door, through the chief, who is, well, they're always branching that revolver. You'd have to get a set of keys to go through 1 staff door, 2 large jail doors, run all the way down or up, but eventually you're going to get to a point like, say, here, where you have the line of sight, and this is free fire turned on, and everything's unlocked. So non-lethal snipers on, but because of free fire, they are going to fire with lethal intent, which means we just have basically luck and time to get through this area. Okay, I'll freely admit we lucked out. If the patrols were more on point up here, then that would have been detected. Yeah, it's a very secure design. It is a challenge map, and it has been challenging, but yeah. Extra patrols around the middle and a couple more extra staff members, pretty much impossible. Everything is possible with time and effort, but yeah, I think it would be beyond the scope of the series to have multiple like runs out the front or do some tunneling. Either way, that's been a bit of Prison Architect Escapes. Link in the description for the prison if you have any tips, comments, suggestions, not just for this facility but for others you would like to see attempting an escape attempt with. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.